Hey guys, welcome to our Sunday market breakdown with Wealthy Strikers Trading Group using our systematic BCB trading solution. Right. So first thing first, we are going to look at the dollar index and see what we have for the week that uh it's coming. Oh, it's already the beginning of the week, right? So with DXY, as we all know, it's very much important for us to. So basically, guys, let me tell you something about DXY. DXY, it's dollar on its own. It's a dollar. And can you remember, we are trading major pairs. Those major pairs are paired with dollar. It's NZD USD, USD JPY, GBP USD. So this is the USD alone here without any other major pairs. So if you want to also analyze how will be the strength, what are the possibilities of the US dollar, this is where you come to. You come to the DXY. It's important for you to analyze it each and every day and try to figure out what possibly the dollar could do because it's able to give you the understanding of the pairs that you want to trade that are paired with the dollar, which direction we will be taking throughout the whole week. You understand? So that you're not surprised if the dollar is gaining strength or it's weak. So using your technicals, your systematic BCB trading solution strategy, it's very much important, right? As you all can see from this, from the daily time frame, we've got this head and shoulder. The market is created right there. Then they broke out from the neckline. They came back to retrace. Although they're moving very slow, we still expect them to go up from that area, continue to go to the upside direction. That's what I'm expecting on the DXY market, right? I would love to go to monthly just a bit as well and just see what we could possibly find, right? Yeah, there isn't really much, but I like the fact that it's creating some bullish movement at the moment, and they've broken out from that area of interest for me that they have right there. Okay, let me do like this. Let me remove all these drawings because they're going to confuse many of you. You'll never understand what's happening. So we've got this area of interest which the market seems to be respecting. Did a little bit of a rejection from there. Uh, but yeah, I still expect them to break to the upside direction, right? I don't expect them to continue to go down due to the fact that since there's been this conflict between USA and China in terms of the tariffs and whatever, the dollar has been dropping to the downside direction. So since that has been it's been resolved, I'm expecting the dollar to go to the upside direction, right? So when we go to H4, let's see what we can find. I love the fact that the market is creating some higher highs from there. And as you can see, also the EMA is trading below the current market, right? So yeah, we would expect some more strength to the dollar to regain and be stable since it's been losing its strength over all these other currency pairs, right? So yeah, that's what I would expect from there. But let's go to our first uh, pair to look at today. We're going to be looking at Euro OD. This is one of our pair that we're going to be looking at. We're going to be looking at Euro OD. We're going to be looking at Euro OD. So we're going to do a top-down analysis using our systematic BCB trading solution. It's going to be a top-down analysis. I don't know what's happening with my trading view. I can't find my thing. Oh, oh gosh, not now. Why is this thing doing like this? Okay. I don't know what's happening with my trading view here. I'll have to quit this thing and restart it again. Let's quit and restart. Okay. Okay. When I'll be looking at Euro OD, let's start from the monthly time frame. So looking at Euro OD, the market is rejecting from one of the most area of interest from the resistance area, right, at the top. But not only that, we still also have, we found that we've got an area of interest that was broken previously and never retraced that before, right? So the market, since it's rejecting and it's creating the first candlestick after the rejection, it's a bearish candlestick, right? As we all know, using our systematic BCB trading solution strategy, we wait for the market to break and confirm, then we back. Yeah, that's one of the things that we normally do best. So this area, it's an area of interest for me because we had some multiple touches that has been taking place, right? So touches from that resistance area, which the market left after breaking out without not any some form of retracement. What would we expect from here? We expect the market to drop to this area before they can continue to go to the upside direction, right? So yeah, that's what I am expecting when you drop to small time frame, which is weekly. Let's see what we can find out from there. Maybe we can find something interesting. Okay. So as we drop down to the small time frame, we still find out that that very same area, which is one of the most interesting area from the monthly time frame, still applies even with the weekly time frame, right? The area is very interesting because we have some multiple touches from that resistance area, right? We have some multiple touches from that resistance area. Hey, the devil is working overnight today. So it kept touching right there, and then finally they managed to break out. But since they broke out, there was no sort of like a retracement back to that area. So that's what now we think the market will be doing before they push to the upside direction. We don't know whether they're going to go up or go down after that, but we are just looking out for the current movement that we have in the meantime at the moment in the market. So basically, we're just gonna drop down to the daily time frame. It's gonna drop down to the daily time frame and see what daily time frame could possibly give us. So as we get to daily time frame, I realized that previously we had an area of interest at the top, and we also had this higher high right there. And then I like the fact that we had this bearish engulfing that took place right there. We had this bearish engulfing that took place, this huge bearish engulfing. After that, the market tried to shift the price back, but they fell, they got rejected, as you can see from there. Then they started creating this area as an area of interest, right? And then there was a break of structure right there. And then the market went back to retrace. Then they create some sort of like retracement as well. Again, after they continuously to create these lower lows, create another lower low, come back to drop, create a new lower low respecting the higher high, then they come back to that previous lower low, then to retrace. Then yeah, we closed with some like um, what is this candlestick? But anyway, there's a candlestick formation that has been formed right there, which is a bearish candlestick. Then we'd expect them to drop up to this area since they already respected back into this area. Then we have this area is one of the most crucial area or one of the most area of interest at that particular area, right? So yeah, that's what I'm expecting on the Euro OD. We're gonna move to the next pair quickly just to ensure that we don't waste too much time on one thing, right? So on Euro USD, we've been trading it since last week. We have some running trades on it. We just hope that in the next few minutes, probably we might open with something uh, uh, beautiful. We don't know. Only God knows. So on Euro USD, the reason why we continuously went down with them, I don't want to waste too much time on Euro USD, but I'm just gonna go focus on one time frame on it. I think it's H4, right? As you all can see, the market has been continuously creating some lower lows from the top. So we had these head and shoulder previously that was formed right there at the market, and then we created some sort of like a neckline at that particular area. At this particular area, we created a neckline. Then come on, man. Then the market come back to retrace, then they drop a breakout from that area of interest that previously the market was bouncing to. Then they drop to the downside. Then they fell to trade above the previous lower high. Then they created a small area of interest as well at this particular area um, previously. Then they drop. We want them to retrace into that area. Then we continue to drop up to this area. That's what we are really expecting on Euro USD. There isn't really much that we would want to dwell on because the more you try to figure out things that don't even exist, is the more you confuse yourself, right? So we are more than okay with how Euro USD closed. It closed with a little bit of like a rejection from there because we were trying to retrace from H4, as I've already explained. So we've got that small area of interest that the market created, which we believe that the market was just coming for some retracement right there. And then we'll continue to go down. As also the DXY continue to go up, it means the dollar will continue to go down and gain more strength. That's what we're expecting on Euro USD, right? Let's go to ODJPY. So yeah, on ODJPY, we're gonna go to bigger time frame quickly just to cover up time. Let me drop down to monthly. So on the monthly time frame on ODJPY, as we all can see, the market has been trending up overall, creating these higher highs to the upside direction, right? Creating these higher highs and then higher low, higher high. And then this was the previous area of the last higher high before the current higher high that we have. Then the market broke out from that area. As even we have this rejection, then they rejected completely, but they still fail to maintain the price to go to the upside direction. Then they fall down to this area. Then they're pulling back as bullish right now, but the market structure from the previous movement, it's already broken. It's not something that you can rely on, right? So if we drop down to small time frame to figure out more understanding on how the market could possibly do, I love the fact that we all have seen that on a monthly time frame, the market has broken the structure, but currently we are creating these lower low. For me, this, I would say, this is a retracement after the market created some impulsive move, breaking towards the bearish movement to the downside direction. They came back but failed to hold the price, did a little bit of consolidation from there. Then they finally broke out from that price. Then ever since from there, we've seen the market creating these lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower high, lower lows going to the downside direction. Then look at this, they still respect or maintain the market structure from there. We would want to see them continue to go down since the market structure has been broken from the bigger time frame, right? I'm not going to waste too much time also on it. So since they have broken the structure from there, what am I waiting for? What would we wait for from the for our time frame? I would want to see them trading below this previous last lower low. So I would want to see them breaking the continue to trade down, break below, come back to retrace, then they drop again. So yeah, that's all I want to see. I want to see them continuously breaking the structure to the downside direction, continuously maintain the structure to show that the sellers are fully in control of the market, right? So yeah, that's what we want to see. This was ODJPY. So we've done Euro OD, we've done Euro USD, and then let's go to CAD JPY or NZD JPY. Uh, NZD JPY. I'm not going to look at all the time frames as well. I'm not going to look at all the time frames. I'm just going to look at, I'm going to start it on daily. Right. So on daily, we have this M pattern that has been formed right there. Then the market broke out from that area of interest. Then they came back to retrace. We expect them to drop to the downside direction from where it is right now. As you can see, it's continuously maintaining the market structure and respecting all that market pattern that it has already created, right? Let me go to daily and see something. Maybe there's something that I can also show you. I meant to say weekly. Let's go to weekly and see something. Okay. So on the weekly time frame, we've got this area of interest here, which the market came back from, bounced back from, going to the upside direction. Then they came back to touch at the same area, and then they go up, consolidated, did their own thing right there, but they still fail to continuously hold the structure to the upside direction. And then we come back, we bounce from this area, and then come back to this area. As you can see, the market overall here on weekly time frame, it is bearish. The market keeps on creating these lower lows, and then yeah, fails to trade above the market structure to the upside direction. But here is another interesting part right here. We've got these strong support area as well in this particular area, which makes it these turn back very much valid from this area, right? So where will be our first TP if we were to find an area? This will be our first TP right there. We want to see the market respecting that previous area of interest. Why do we call it an area of interest? Because we have seen the market consolidating a little bit before they push to the upside direction from here, right? There's been a little bit of consolidation before they shift the market structure and create that impulsive move to the upside direction, right? So it's one of the most important area which the market would want to see them respecting, come back to touch. So from here, the market will tell us whether they're going to continue to go up or they'll continue to go down. So yeah, that's what we are looking at from NZD on NZD JPY, and then we're gonna go to 1 hour to see where we could possibly find our entries, right? So I would say we will have to wait for the market to completely break from these 0.58 501 area of interest, right? So this is the area which we will wait for the market to break below before we can continuously go to the downside direction, right? Let's move to what was this? Was NZD-JPY, right? Now we're gonna move to CAD-JPY. We're gonna move to CAD-JPY. So let's start it from monthly. We do a little bit of a top-down analysis using our systematic BCB trading solution strategy, right? So what is the most important, interesting part about the CAD JPY is that we had a head and shoulder right there, and then the market went up, then created the right shoulder. They broke out from there. I love the fact that they came back to retrace. They still maintain the market structure. They failed to trade above. Then would expect them to drop down to the small to the next higher low. Looking at the previous movement that we have using our past data analysis, we're gonna shift quickly. We're gonna go to the weekly time frame. I don't want to waste too much time on each and every pair. I just want to make sure that each and everything is simple and clear. And yeah, oh God, the devil is working overnight today. Okay, so as we all can see from there, the market has been creating some lower lows ever since they left from there, creating these lower highs and then lower lows. Then the market, this is still what you call a lower high for me, because the market failed to break above the previous higher high. Then they go create a new, this is still a lower high for me because the market having broken the last previous lower low. So it's just in between. The market go create a new lower high, and then they finally broke out from that area. And then if you look at there, we've got an M pattern as well. This is a neckline where the market is bouncing at. Then we'll start looking for some lower lows from there. The market continuously break to the downside direction, right? So, but then let's continue and drop down to small time frame and see what clear picture we could really find from there. Let's go to daily time frame. Okay. I did mention that on the lower time frame, I think the market's still creating. There's higher highs from there, and then I would love to see them start creating some lower lows from there, something like this. Then they continuously go down. So we still have to do a little bit of some wait because the market does not give a really clear picture from there. We're gonna end from H4 on this one, right? So on H4, I think we've got something interesting. We've got something interesting. The market has already broken the structure to the upside direction. As you can see, it was creating some higher highs, and this is the last higher high. Then they broke the structure, coming back to retrace back into that area. Then we want to see them continuously maintaining these market structure from there, since they already broke out from that previous higher low. And then we would want to see them breaking that lower low and then come back, retrace back into it, drop again, come back into this area, and then drop again. That's what we would want to see. What was this? This was CAT JPY, right? Then we are left with one pair. We're going to be looking at OD JPY. This will be our last pair, right? How many minutes we left with, Tato?
I'm seeing 2 minutes on my side, brother.
Right? Was too fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna be looking at ODJPY. This will be our last pair. Yeah. Okay. Let's start from monthly. I'm gonna try to erase everything so that we can start from scratch. So as you can see, the market as it was coming from the market was coming from the higher highs, right? Higher lows, and then higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, right? Higher high, higher low, and then higher high, higher high, and then higher low, higher high, right? So this is the last higher high that we have before the last higher high. This is the current higher high. Then we see the market breaking out at that particular area. But as much as they broke out, they got rejected by these buyers, by these buyers, because the buyers pushed the price back to that market break of structure. Then, but this is the one. This is another thing which is one of the most interesting part. The market failed to maintain the price after that rejection from there. Then we see a shift, a complete shift to the downside direction. The market keep on creating these lower lows. The bears were in control of the market. They started creating those bearish candlestick from there, right? So now we see a little bit of a shift from that candlestick. We have a bullish candlestick. See, ever since the market has been creating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candlesticks, as we also have this rejection from that area, right? So we have seen the first bullish candlestick from there. And then let's try to drop down to small time frame and in order for us to understand more what the market is trying to do, right? So yeah, here is the most interesting part. As I've already explained that we had these higher highs, higher lows. This is the market structure: higher highs, right? Higher lows, and then higher high, right? We see the market breaking the structure right there, getting rejected, coming back to retrace, then they drop again. They fail to hold the price to the downside direction. They try to trade above the previous lower high as well. But here is the most interesting part again. They still continuously fail to maintain the price, even though they traded above the last previous lower high, because everyone will assume or think, according to our trading strategies, that the market structure has already been broken. But we see a little bit of a consolidation from there. The market keeps on consolidating. There's no clear movement as of to where we're going or what they want to do. In such situations, what do? You wait for the market to give you something clear so that you may know where you're basically going to, right? Then we see a shift from the market creating some bearish candlestick, which means that the bears were in control of the market. After that, here it's something interesting. The market continuously create these lower lows continuously without failure. There was no even interference of the higher highs or even the market breaking the last previous lower low, go creating new maybe higher high. We see these impulsive movement to the downside direction. Then we come back to retrace them closing that imbalance that they've created. I love even how the weekly time frame have also closed right there. They have closed with a bearish candlestick formation. at that particular area, right? So if we are to put these support area, you will really notice that the market has been really continuously respecting this market structure since they broke from this area after this small consolidation that they created, right? They have been creating some counter trend movement to a downside movement. Some they call it a trending market, some they call it a counter trend. It doesn't matter how you call it, as long as you understand what you are trying to explain or what the market is trying to do. That's what matters the most. What do we expect here? We expect a continuation of the counter trend to the downside movement, right? Let's drop down to daily and see what daily really holds for us. I don't think there's much for me to explain because when I look at it, oh, okay, it hasn't changed from daily. We are still on weekly. Let me quickly change it to daily. Okay, so as you can all see on the daily time frame, still the market continuously respect the market what you call structure to the downside direction. Although there's a lot of small candlesticks that are one thing I don't like about it. I like the market, a market that creates impulsive or rather big candlestick that shows that there is really some momentums. You see, since the market broke out from that previous lower low, they never went and trade above that area. They still continue to maintain the structure to the downside direction. Then they also broke out from this area of interest. The market came back to retrace from there, but they failed to trade above that area. That's one interesting part. Then they drop down, go create a new lower low. Then here's another interesting part. As much as they came back, they traded above from that last lower low, but they failed to take out the last previous lower high, which is the most crucial area. If the market take out the last previous lower high, it means the structure is broken. We might start seeing some break of structure towards the upside direction. The market start creating some higher highs, right? So since from here, we want to see them creating these lower lows from there, and then yeah, that's when we're going to start looking for some sells. But at the moment, we're still going to wait just a little to see what the market will do. Where will be our break of a deal breaker in terms of us finding our entry? I would love to see them breaking below this area. Why? Because this is our last lower low that they created, then they went up to that area. So I would love to see them breaking this area. As they went back already, I want to see them breaking, coming back somewhere there, then retrace, then drop again to this area, then create another higher low, lower high, I mean to say, sorry. Then yeah, these are some of the things that I would want to see on ODJPY. Guys, I think I've done all the pairs. We are more than prepared for the week to open. And then we've got Euro OD, we've got Euro USD, we've got ODJPY, we've got NZDJPY, we've got CADJPY that we will be monitoring this week. The market just opened now. As I can see, we opened with a gap on ODJPY already, as you can see. I wonder what we opened on with here. Oh, we opened with a gap to the upside direction on Euro USD on the trade that we are holding. So yeah, that's one of the most interesting part. I think, guys, we've come to the end of our session for today. Yeah, we're just gonna be seeing what the week have for us and continuously follow our trading plan and the pairs that we have analyzed. So let me love and leave you guys. See you Sunday on our next session. Bye, guys. All the best for the new week. I'm out.